What's up, YouTube? This is Ultra, and today we are going to talk about spacing and using spacing to make moves safer than they normally would be. So you see this on a lot of dive kicks, right? Let's take Sub-Zero's dive quick. Depending on how low on the character it hits, the later in the active frame that it hits, the more safer it is. If Sub-Zero's dive kick hits really high, it's minus 12. If it hits at the feet, it's minus 2. And that makes it so Sub-Zero can do the dive kick without it being punished, right? But this also happens on other moves. Let's take Baraka's forward 3 overhead, right? It's minus 7. But if he spaces it correctly, he can make it minus 6, and he can actually make it all the way down to minus 4 if he spaces it really good. Minus 4 is the safest I've been able to make it, but I guess it's possible that it could be safer, but I don't think you're getting too much safer than that. So, why is this important? This is important because some characters can punish uh, moves that are minus 7. Li Mei is one of them, right? Li Mei can punish minus 7 moves with her EX Shizi Lion, which is the flip kick, right? So if Baraka doesn't space this correctly, he can get punished, and if Li Mei using Scorpion, you're losing 45% of your health, right? All because you decided to throw a 29 frame overhead that is reactable. She doesn't even have to guess. It's reactable. She can just block low, and when this comes out, stand up, block it, and punish it. But if Baraka knows this, he can use this at his advantage. He can space it correctly, right? Alright, wasn't spaced correctly, but he can space it correctly. And he can actually punish Li Mei for trying to punish it because I made it unpunishable. So, Li Mei needs to understand the situation and the spacing just as much as Baraka. So, there's a lot of moves that you can do this with. You need to explore with your character, explore different situations, and figure it out. Like, I main Li Mei, right? So I know this really isn't that big of a deal, but I know that Li Mei's 1-2 is normally plus 2, but if I space it correctly, it's plus 3. Why? Because I've messed around with spacing and I've messed around with my moves. Does plus 3 really do anything different than the plus 2 in this situation? Not really. But it's still one extra frame advantage I get to work with. But in Baraka's case, you can literally bait out moves with spacing if your character doesn't understand the spacing. Also, now, this move isn't as much of a risk to use against Li Mei, right? Especially if you know the spacing as Baraka, because I'm going to be less likely to commit to this if it looks like you're spaced correctly. So, spacing is super important, and it can actually make it so something that's punishable is not punishable. Mess around with your character, mess around with situations in training mode, and figure it out for yourself. I hope this video helps you. Thanks for the support, and have a great day.